In today's video, you're going to learn how to buy a used car with 6 smart, simple steps. So you're going to learn how to get the best deal on a used car that is reliable and that lasts. You want your car to last. So these hacks are going to really make your car last a long time. So let's get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Long, and I'm an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Services, and I am also a financial coach. And on this channel, I share strategies and tips on winning with your money and tax planning. So like I just talked to you guys about, we're going to talk about how to buy a used car that will last you for a very long time. So let's get right into the video. So step number 1 is going to be, you're going to set your budget. So we're going to use a car that I bought in the past as an example. So step number 1, you're going to set your budget. So I was a single mom. Well, I still am a single mom. And I was looking to buy a car a couple of years ago. And I needed a good, reliable used car, something that was going to, really last for me and my 2 children. So my budget was between $5,000 and $6,000. So that was my budget. So that's step number 1. How much are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to spend for this car that's going to last? So number 2 is you're going to find your ideal car. So my ideal car, 2 car brands that I know that last a really long time is Toyotas and Hondas. So Toyotas and Hondas are 2 of my favorite cars that I know that last a long time, pretty much in general. So you got to also look at not only what kind of car you want, what kind of make, the model, the year, and the mileage. So I wanted a Toyota. That was the make. The model, I was looking for either a Corolla or a Camry. The year, I wanted a car that was affordable, but was not so old that, I couldn't trust it to last. So I was looking at a car between 2002 to 2006 or 7. So those were the years that I was looking at. As far as mileage is concerned, I wanted the car with the lowest miles because I didn't want to get a car where somebody else had already burned out all the miles and now the car is no good for me. So I wanted a car with low miles. So I was looking for a car with at least between 90 to 120,000 miles. So, those cars typically, and that mileage tend to last you a good couple of years, even for an older vehicle, if you really take care of it. So you want to know the miles, obviously. So for example, again, what kind of car do we want? We want a Toyota Camry, a 2003, and we want the mileage to be between 90,000 and 120,000 miles. So another tip out there for all you guys and gals out there, a lot of people don't, think about all the cars that they see on the road every day. So when you do pick out and select the car that you want, okay, when you're out driving around or you're on the bus or whatever, look around you. What car do you see the most on the road out there? So when I was looking for a car, I would see 2002s, 2003s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Toyota Camrys, Toyota Corollas, everywhere. Those cars were completely everywhere and they were running just fine. I would never see cars on the side of the road on the freeway, things of that nature. So that tells me that those cars tend to stay around for a while. If you're looking for a car, let's say for an example, I'm not saying that Acuras are bad cars, but let's say you're looking to buy a used Acura. If you look around you, let's say you're looking for a 2002 Acura. If you look around you in your community, wherever you're going on your day-to-day, wherever you're going on a daily basis, look around you. If you don't see too many Acuras, older model Acuras, that's telling you something right there. Those cars tend to not last as long and not be reliable. Obviously, they're not on the road. So that tells you right there that those cars, they're going to have an issue. So if you see a car like that at a dealership or looking to buy a car like that privately from someone, take a second, thought about it because you don't see those cars around. So that's telling you something right there. So that's another tip for you guys out there. A lot of people don't think about those type of issues and things. So that's step number 2, finding your ideal car. Step number 3, you're going to shop for a used car on Carfax. And when I say shop for a used car on Carfax, I don't mean we're going to buy it on Carfax. We're going to do our research on Carfax. So we're going to take our car. So you guys are going to see my screen share right now. We're going to take the type of car that I was looking for a couple of years ago, and we're going to look it up right now on Carfax. And here we go. So we're going to pop in a random zip code and kind of see what we can find in our area. So 98101. I live in the state of Washington. I live near the Seattle area. So I'm going to pop in a Seattle zip code. Then we're going to hit the next button. Step number 2 here on Carfax, show me cars with. Now this is where it gets juicy right here. This is where the meat is. This is where your car is going to last. Okay, so if you look here on Carfax, first of all, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the show me results here. So far they're saying they have over 325 results in their search database. And these are cars within that zip code that we put in Seattle. Now we are going to look for, we're going to click this button here because we're going to look for cars with no accidents or damage reports. So we don't want to see police reports. We don't want anything in DMV records or anything like that. So we're going to click this button and we're going to rule out these cars immediately. We don't want any cars in this bracket here. So if you look down again at the show me results, so now we're down to 212 results. So they didn't kick out all those bad cars. Next, we're going to go to Carfax one owner. Now, this is the second thing you want. You don't want a car where it's had like 6, 12, 20 different owners over the years. Those cars will not last you. Everybody drives differently. Some people drive good. Some people drive bad. Some people, can be done messed up the transmission with all their, bad driving. So we don't want things of that nature. So we want a car that has been owned by one person over the years. This, that one person that took care of their car and had this one car for 10 years or more. So we're going to click that button. Now look at this. We're down to the show me button results here, down to 118 cars. It kicked out some more bad cars that we really don't want. The next thing we're going to look at is personal usage. So what that means is we want a car that has not been a leased vehicle in the past. You don't want a vehicle that has been leased to everybody out there in the world, because obviously that car is going to have a lot of issues with the steering and things of that nature, because so many people, again, have driven it. So you want a car that has been only used for personal usage. It has never been used for things like Uber, things of that nature. You definitely don't want a car that's been all run down into the ground because of Uber. So our car search is down to 81 results. The next thing we're going to do is click the service history button. So service history button, what I look for that makes my cars last for a really long time is service history. So you want a vehicle that has some type of records of being taken care of in the past. So you want to have some type of records where they did the oil change, maybe they got this done, that done, some record that someone took some type of loving care with this car. And we're going to go from the lowest price to the highest price. So we're going to click that button there, our sort by button. And what do we find here? This is a really great find. This is a 2008 Toyota Camry CE. It's priced at $6,495, and it's below it's a good value. It says $405 below what the average asking price is, and it's saying that the value of the Carfax value is $6,900. So they're giving you a little bit of a discount there. But look at this juicy record here. So we have no accidents or damage reports anywhere. Carfax one owner purchased in 2007. This person had the car in 2007 and owned in Washington until, and if you click that button and order the Carfax report, it'll tell you for how long. This car was used for personal usage. It was driven an estimated 10,034 miles per year. Look at this service history. This is what I really love here. 31 records of service history. Last serviced at 130,407 miles in Burlington, Washington. If you click into there, you can see the details if you order the report and everything like that to see what the sustainability of the maintenance record is with this car. And this is a really great car. This car will last. This is a 2008 Toyota Camry again, $6,495. Great history. Great history. It's located currently in Shoreline, Washington, and is 9 miles from Seattle. And it tells you a little bit about the car here. Used 2008 Toyota Camry, CE, FWD, keyless entry, power doors. Really great car. Kind of looking at this car myself. But anyway, here's another car. It's a 2007 Toyota Camry, $6,400, $6,499, excuse me. No accidents, Carfax, one owner, personal usage, service history, 15 things in the service history as far as the maintenance is concerned, how, well they kept up the car. Again, description, 4-cylinder, really good car, a gas saver, 4-cylinder, really great. Here's another one, 2005 Toyota Camry, 6,788 miles. And again, look at the mileage here. Now, I'm looking for mileage between 90,000 and 120, but a little bit over, I don't mind. I mean, come on. It's a 2005 Toyota Camry, 132,000 miles. Who's going to say no to that? So again, you can go a little bit over your mileage as long as it's not like way over, like it's 200 and something thousand miles. That's like insane. You don't want a car like that. It's going to die pretty fast or have a lot of issues with it. Again, other service records and everything. We have a 2008 and a 2007 and a 2005. So these are the 3 cars that we found. 2008 Toyota Camry, $6,495. Service history 31. Oh, I love this. This is so awesome. So this is one that I would definitely look into. I would call the dealership definitely about this one. This one too, 15 service record history. So 2007, great deal, $6,499. I don't mind going a little bit over budget. We were looking for something between $5,000 and $6,000. A little bit over is okay. You can always, I'm very sure that you can haggle them down $500. I mean, that's not a lot. They'll take $6,000 gladly. So again, 2005, really great car, $6,000. These are the 3 cars that we have lined up. However, I would pick the car with the most service history. So this is 5. So I would cross that off my list. I would definitely be looking into this car first because I like this 31 service history. And this would be second because it's the 15 service history. So the journey is not over yet. So we found our selection. So the next thing I would do is I would determine the car's value. So we're going to go to Kelley Blue Book. I'm just going to show you guys the website. I'm not going to really go through Kelley Blue Book. Everybody knows how to use Kelley Blue Book, I'm sure, out there. So you're going to go over to Kelley Blue Book, kbb.com, and you're going to put in this car. It's a 2008 Toyota Camry CE. And you're going to make sure that this is around the average price for this year of car, for this type of mileage. Where's my mileage there? There it is. So for this type of mileage, because that's the most important thing you don't want a car that's all burned out. It has 200 and something thousand miles. Somebody else has burned it out and now the dealership is looking to sell it to you. So you don't want that. So you're looking for a 2008 Toyota Camry CE, again, with mileage of 132.99 to see what the average price is, to see if they're charging a fair price for this car. And if they are, then you're going to go to step number 5, which is you're going to inspect the used car for yourself. Now, we still haven't gotten to the juicy secret of how to make your car last. So stay tuned. So we are working on number 5, inspect the used car for yourself. Now, I know you guys are not a mechanic. I am definitely not a mechanic, but we're just going to do a basic check. We're going to get in the car and we're going to test drive it. And we're not only going to test drive it on the street, we're going to test drive it on the freeway. A lot of people don't do that. Cars drive differently at higher miles if it's a bad car. So you're going to hear some hiccups in the car. So you're going to test drive it on the freeway as well. Then you're going to check that all the buttons work in the car. You're going to make sure the air conditioner, the heater, all the buttons, the horn, you're going to push every button in that car and make sure it works. You're going to check every light in that car to make sure it works. You're going to check the headlights, the back lights, the tail lights, the every light, the left and the right turn. You're going to check everything, make sure all lights work. Now this one seems silly, but again, these steps have worked for me. So you're going to pop open the hood to see if it looks dusty and bad looking underneath. So if you pop that hood open and it looks dusty, dirty, rusted, run because the car has not been taken care of. When you open the hood, you want it to be, obviously it's a car, it's outside, it's not going to be squeaky clean, but you know the difference between a car that looks horrible underneath the hood and one that looks like it's been maintained. However, caveat is that has nothing to do with how the car is working. It could be a bad engine, but still look good. But it's just one of the things that I check because it's, just one of the common sense things. And so the next thing you're going to do, we talked about test driving it. Okay, so this is the step that everybody's been waiting for. So you're going to take it to the creator. And what I mean by that is some people will take the car to a random, place or their mechanic of their choice. And that's okay. But this is the secret. This is the secret sauce. You're going to take your not yours yet, but you're going to take the 2008 Toyota Camry to Toyota. They're the ones that made the car. They're the ones that created the car. They are the ones that know the car the best. Don't take it to Honda. Don't take it to Jaguar. You're going to take it to Toyota. They are the makers of the vehicle. So you're going to take it to the makers. Now, this is going to cost you a little bit of money, but you're going to take it to Toyota and you're going to tell the mechanics there, I want you to run a full, thorough inspection check on the car. I'm looking to purchase this vehicle and I need you to run a check of everything. And what they're going to do is they're going to completely check everything in the vehicle. They're going to check the transmission. They're going to check the oil, if it's burned or if there's any, abnormalities in the oil. They're going to check the tires. They're going to check the lights. They're going to completely check everything in that car. They're going to see if the oil is low. Maybe it's burning through oil really fast. So they're going to completely do a thorough check of the car, and they're going to give you a report on the car. This is going to be like a 2 to 3 page report. Literally, it's going to be everything, that is going on with that car. So now this report is going to cost you a little bit of money, but I'd rather you guys pay $200 than lose $6,000. So it's going to cost you the last time I paid maybe $180 at my local Toyota dealership. So I paid $180. They ran a thorough check of the vehicle. And the guy told me, he was like, ma'am, this is a really good car. And he was like, if you don't buy it at the dealership, let me know because I'm going to go pick it up. So I knew it was a really great car. The only thing that they found that was going on with the car, they said that there was a back tail light that was out. That was something that I missed. And then also they told me that the car, what was it they told me? Okay, so they told me that it needed a new air filter. And then they even told me that the tires, they even have on the form that they give you back, what is the tread rate of the car. In other words, what I mean by that is if you're going to need tires pretty soon, that's something you want to look at too when you're buying a vehicle. You want to buy a vehicle and then have to also buy tires. So they also let you know how far down the tires have been ground down so far. And then, so they look at all those different things. They even tell you the brakes, if you're going to need brakes pretty soon. They completely do a thorough run and check on the vehicle. And so after I had that done, that was the best $180 I spent. Went back to the dealership, negotiated price. That is step number 6. We're going to negotiate to get the best price. Now, for finding a great car like this, I want to be fair to the dealership, but also I want a great deal. So I believe my car was $5,000. I think I remember it being maybe a little bit over 5,000, maybe 5,300. So I haggard them down a little bit because the car was really great and I didn't want to be, unfair. So I think I paid 4,800 for the car. Paid 4,800, was out the door with the car, and had the car for 4 years straight. To this day, I still have the car. The car never gives me any issues. Literally never. The only thing I've ever done to the car, put tires on it and brakes. I've never had no breakdown, car not starting. Oh yeah, and by the way, Toyota also told me about the battery. I mean, they literally run a complete thorough check of the car. They told me that the battery, they check if the battery is starting up okay, if it's a bad battery. They did a check of the what do you call it? So they also told me about the timing chain. They even took a look at the timing chain. So, that was really great. They literally run a thorough check on the car. And the last step, this is not on my list, but it just came to my mind. The last other thing that you should be doing every year so that your used car will last a very long time, you'll be really surprised, is every year when tax season comes and you get that refund, when I got my refund, you're going to take that car back to Toyota again. Now, we all sometimes get pretty hefty refunds. Again, you're not paying $3,000 or $4,000 to have Toyota check it. It's only $180. At least in my area, it is. It's not going to be over $200. And if it is, don't go to that Toyota dealership. Something weird is going on there. But, you're going to pay your $180 and they're going to run that check again. So once a year, every year, while you own that vehicle, you have them to run a check. I guarantee you the car is going to last. Cars last in my family. So, your car will last. So those are my tips and strategies for you guys out there. Go ahead and give those things a try. Research yourself. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a professional, but I am a finance coach. And I'm here to teach you guys how to save money and how to make your money stretch and last. So those are the things that I have personally have done and have seen to have last with my vehicles. So yeah, so again, those are really great things. And again, my cars have lasted and lasted and lasted. So that's our video for today. And again, if you guys and gals out there, if you need any further help on the topic of the best way to save money and how to buy a used car, you can leave your questions below the video. Or if you're looking for a top-notch financial coach, or if you need tax help, don't hesitate to contact me at Jessica at longfinancialwellness.com. So I will see you guys in the next video, and happy car shopping.